Welcome back to the Late to Chess podcast, which means the doctor's in the house.
I'm here. I'm ready. I'm excited.
He is. You sound so excited when you say you're excited, by the way, just
I
FYI.
know. When people call me and I actually do talk on the phone, which I don't like to,
Hmm.
they think that I'm some sort of how do I want to put it without being, you know, my voice is I
Less than
might work
enthused?
not less than enthused. They either think that I'm asleep or one of those sex talk people.
Oh, yes. Well, that's the Late to Chess OnlyFans site that you don't,
Ah,
that's a separate subscription.
hello. Welcome to the King's Lair.
There you go. Very well. Speaking of kings, there's kings in chess. There's kings in
Yes,
chess.
there are indeed. I am not one of them.
No, no, we are aspiring to be pawns. So I had an idea for the episode, and the doctor said, "Yeah, let's do that." And then we got on right before, and the doctor's like, "What do you want to talk about?" And I'm like, "That." And he's like, "Well, what is that?" And I'm like, "Okay, this is going to be a usual one of those things where I talk about stuff," and the doctor's like, "Oh, I never thought about it that way." So
True.
so what I was thinking was if we could talk about uh, speed runs or slow runs, depending on who you're watching. And since I am the YouTuber of the two of us, the doctor was actually going to talk about why or how to do them yourself. And maybe he may have even seen some of the ones that are going on or have gone on.
I don't live in a hole, in a snow globe, not in a hole.
Well, I mean, your snow globe has holes.
This is true.
Yeah. So let's define what a speed run is or a slow run. A speed run is typically done, I think it came from YouTubes and streamers, where they would start a account at say 400 elo or whatever, some low number, and then they would run the account up as fast as they could. Now, that could involve hundreds, literally hundreds of games. I think I saw one that was like 163 games, if I remember correctly, where it took them to get from, I believe they started at 400 and they went to like 23 or 2400, somewhere in that range. So then the thing that got me very excited about these was I started looking at Daniel Naroditsky's. He's got, I think he has four different speed runs, but his were different. His were um, educational. He would do a slower format game, usually like a 10-minute game or a 15-minute game, sometimes a 5-minute game, depending on the speed run. And then he would go over the game usually to do even more education. And during the game, he would say what he was thinking about the opponent, what the opponent should do, what the opponent could do, what the opponent didn't do right, what he did right, and different things like that. And the difference I found there was dramatic on my game in that I didn't need somebody to show off how good they could be against bad people. I knew they were good at chess, and I didn't get a whole lot out of it. But when I got a lot out of that first one that I found, and I'm not saying he's the first that did it, but the first one I found, which was by Danya, was I started to realize what he would think about and equally what I didn't even think about, never mind think about. So it started improving my thought processes. And there's a difference to me between the thought process and what you're thinking. So with that as an intro, are you on board now, Doctor? You're with me. Did I miss anything?
No, no, you're on board. I'm on board. I'm on board.
Okay. So, do we want to go through some of the ones that I like, some of the
Yeah.
ones that you like, or do we want to go through how you like to do them?
No, let's start with what you said. Let's
Okay.
talk about the ones you like, and I will chime in.
All right. Very well. So, like I said, the first ones that I liked were Dano Naroditsky's or Danya, his speed runs, and they are very good, very high quality. He is a tremendous player. He's not or was not like this super GM top guy, but he was probably a super GM in terms of speed chess, 3 minute, 5 minute bullet, things like that. So he's probably he while he may not be number one or number two, he probably was in the top five, I guess, somewhere around there. But obviously way past the DCP, shall we say? The one that I particularly like is the one where he plays the top repertoire that he likes to see. So he basically played one entire speed run where he said if the opponent is white and they play E4, what his preferred repertoire would be versus what the opponent would be. So he's not telling you what to play, but he's telling you what he would recommend you play as if he were your coach. And then there's several other ones of his that like I said, I think there's four. I think I've watched all of them at least twice, and one of them I think I've watched like six times. So he's a great teacher. He explained things in a way that was not only educational but entertaining, and you could just feel the enthusiasm from him describing the moves. So just looking it up in the background, uh, I think his would be the kind of like the entryway for me to start looking at the speed runs. So had you looked at any of those, Doctor?
Yes, I've seen it. I've watched his, I've watched others. And I will say this, that Daniel's would be the ones that I'm most interested in because they are educational. They are about learning how to play chess. You do see the enthusiasm in his enthusiasm uh, toward playing chess, toward teaching chess. And I found it to be very respectful, and the interaction that he had with those who were following along
Mm-hmm.
was respectful and again educational and fun and
Yeah.
fun. And
Yeah.
so there's oh, and as you well know, I don't like the side of chess that where I feel like I'm at a UFC on the ring side of the UFC fight. And that's why I don't like, and we can get into that. I've seen other people, and the interaction they have, famous GMs, and then people that I have no idea who they are that are streamers that are doing the speed run.
Right.
And I don't know how, and I would say I don't know how they do it because there's all this distraction, and I can't deal with that playing with all that distraction. I just don't know how they must be good already, even though they say they'll like start out at 400 and try to get to, I don't know, 2000 or whatever it
Yeah.
is 1500, whatever it is. So I don't, with the way they interact, the way those watching interact with them,
Mm-hmm.
and people aren't always nice, and there are a lot of know-it-alls, and in chess apparently. And so I don't think they're very respectful even to the streamers who are trying to put out a fun product, if whether they're trying to be educational or not.
Right.
They're doing something for fun. They love chess, and so I don't like that part of it. That's why I like Naroditsky's, because I felt they were always educational, always great attitude, always about the chess, engaged with the listeners. So yeah, I like I do think it's well, you can learn anything,
Yeah.
if you're paying attention, no matter how good or bad it is, even if it's to not how to do it,
Yeah.
right? But his was
So
definitely how to do it. So
yeah.
yeah,
So the one that I was referring to where he recommends is the top theory speed run. And then the two other ones that are biggest, he's got a sensei speed run where he's just rolling through things. I think that might have been his first one. And then he's got a master class speed run to Oh My Lands. And then he's got the beginner to master speed run. So he does have, he's got five. He's got another one, speed run to 3,000. So his tend to go higher too, because he was a better online player than most of the streamers. So
right.
he did a few of these, and like I said, I've watched them all, and you get out what you put into it. Though you can't just sit there and casually watch. You actually have to, pay attention. Ideally, think about the moves. Maybe hit pause a lot. Maybe have a board next to you. Ideally, have a notebook next to you. Things like that. So, that's just general stuff. The doing learning chess is not a passive opportunity here. So that's what
No,
I.
and I would say that when I watch GMs, IMs do those kind of things, I think you're right on. When I've watched the other, it was heavy on the entertainment, not much on there was some talk about the chess,
Hmm.
but not in the way that you know, you know, Daniel Naroditsky did, or Ben Feingold, or
Yep.
some others.
Yep.
Some other people I can't remember their name, but they're pretty good.
Yep.
And so I just, that to me that's interesting, but just be entertaining. But I will say that as much as I admire Hikaru
Hmm.
as a player, um, I do not enjoy his take very much.
Well, I have one coming up that you may disagree with me then. Okay, so next one, Dan and Narodetsky, I would say start there. Chess bras. They tend to be a balance between the entertainment and the education. However, they do a decent amount of education depending on depending on the speed run that we're talking about. The one thing that I do like about them is there's two different chess bra channels. There's the chess bra channel which is edited, and then there's the chess bra extra, which is kind of like the entire stream. And what they've done that's kind of unique, and they've got a couple things that are kind of unique. They actually will play one style for the entire speed run. Like they have one where it's Queen's Gambit, and then they have another one where it's Stonewall or Cole Zukertort, or just
Right.
uh, if they hit your Caro Khan, if they hit your opening of interest, it's a great way to just see over and over and over and over. They have a Perk King's Indian one, they have a Birds, a ton of these. So um, tend to be fun, tend to be good. The weird one that they have, and I don't mean weird in a bad way, it's something that I hadn't seen, is they have two different versions, and they're called the Habits speed run.
Yeah.
And what they do is uh, the 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 leader, Amon, hopefully soon to be podcast guest, but we're still a little fish in a big bowl, so we're trying. Um, he has these things where he's called habits, and what he does is he actually works from like near zero elo all the way up to 2300, but he does it with certain rules, limitations, trying to promote the like at the lower levels, development, controlling the centers, keeping the king safe, and without doing any openings. He's just got one opening. He plays it on white and black, and it's not even an opening. Like I tried to find out what the opening was. It's not an opening. It's just move this piece, move this piece, move this piece, and then play chess. And what he's able to do is he shows that with very little GM skill, following these rules very strictly, he may not win every game, and he doesn't win every game, but he's able to progress with very little chess skill, purposely limiting himself, um, and get into very good games. And it shows that oftentimes we are making this much too difficult on ourselves. So if you were going to ask which one of theirs to start with, I would say Building Habits 2. It's the latest habits video series, but I think that would be one. And then obviously, if you play this Philidor, go watch the Philidor one. If you play the Caro-Kann, if you play the King's Indian, whatever, you play the Sicilian, there's probably 40 of them there, maybe more. I'm not counting them. Entertaining, a lot of detail, and good education for your time. Anything, Doctor?
Don't.
Not a fan of chess bras.
No. Those good
Okay.
guys.
Could
No,
could couldn't tell. I heard you shake your head.
it's not about chess bras. Those
Mhm.
guys, they're good. They're entertained. They know. Obviously, they're good chess players, very excellent chess players.
Yeah.
It's that I don't think I've been listening. I've been thinking about our previous podcast with the Hanging Pawn Man
Yep.
from Croatia, and
That's Mr. Hanging Pawn to you.
yeah, Mister Doctor Hanging Pawn.
Yes.
I don't think that you can learn from that other than I mean, other than okay, let's say the Philidor, whatever it is,
Hmm.
uh, Car
Anyone.
or
Right.
Caracal,
Yeah.
whatever it is, you watch it and you watch for a while. Let's say you set yourself a limit, right, at 10 games or whatever,
Hmm.
and then you go do
Yep.
20 games. You took notes while you were
Yep.
watching, and then you go do that, then I'm for it. I don't
Yes.
think you can learn chess by watching other people. I
No.
think that what I've gathered in this second act of playing chess is that only by that Mr. Hanging Pawn is right. Only by playing, taking it seriously, playing, and then looking at it and doing it and doing it and doing it, whether it's 5, 10, 3, 3, 2, it doesn't matter, to be quite honest. Whatever you're working on, but you've got to work on it. But I think what happens, what I'm gathering from when I listen to other people talk about this very subject, is that people go watch and then they go and they just they really don't internalize that and train hard. So it's not that what they're teaching can't be taught, can't be learned. Excuse me, can't be learned. But I'm not so sure uh, that people are learning from it because what I gather again from Mr. Hanging Pawn, Noel Studer, people on the dojo, is how you practice, how you train is equally important to what you train and what you train with.
Yes. So one of the questions that we didn't get to with hanging ponds on the last episode, I totally agree in that playing is the best way to learn because I think it's it's almost like scar tissue. Like when you mess something up playing in a game that you care about, you will remember what to do the next time, and you won't. Hopefully, you won't do the same mistake again.
I would put a caveat though. I think that when I say playing, and it has to be uh, annotated and analyzed.
Yeah. Playing a game you care about, so you do all the work after and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Because you can. I mean, I play. Sometimes I'll play a bunch of games. I make the same daggone mistake, and I apparently, obviously, I didn't learn from it
yeah,
because I didn't take the time to. Okay, I mean, I played this game now. Instead of playing another game, I'm gonna go and I've been working on that. Where I'm
yep,
like, okay, we're gonna go analyze this.
yeah. But so I don't. Okay, so you know that I do a decent amount of work, because we log everything into the dojo.
Right,
I
right,
don't count when I watch Chess Bras or Danya or some of the other ones that we'll talk about. I don't count that as hard work. I count that as soft work. It's not part of my hours. It's not something I count. But what it does when I watch these speed runs or slow runs, depending on who you're talking about, it shows me how they would approach the position that I screwed up. Because when I screw up, the pain is in me, and then when I see what they did, I'll be like, okay, I could do that. Or, oh, if I did this, I wouldn't have got into the position. It's like the Woody Woodpecker. If Woody would have gone to the police, this never would have happened. You know,
amen.
sometimes you don't need to know how to get out of the problem. You need to know how to not get into the problem.
Mm.
And they'll show you that because in 150 games with the same opening, let's say it's 150 games, the same opening. If it's
Right,
not something to use white and black, that's 75 games. They're going to run into most of the problems, right?
right,
Or when they do their review, especially Donnie when he does his review, they'll do the review and they'll say, if black did this or if white did this, then I would have done this. And this is what you're thinking about. And the more I get into openings, and we're getting way off the subject, which is why we have a podcast. The importance of the opening to me is not the importance of knowing move one is this, move two is this, move three is this, move four is this, move five is this. The importance of the opening is what are my opponent's middle game plans and threats and
right,
options, and what are mine. And when
right.
I know that, I'm in a much better position going forward. So that's why I like these. And these are kind of my like I'm relaxing, I'm going to bed, or I'm getting ready in the morning or whatever. And I just have it playing, not background, but not like notebook out kind of thing.
Right.
So I've got like four or five of these. We're going a little longer than we anticipated. So
All right.
basically, if you've got a chessable course author or a book author, they may have a chess speed run online, and you could go look at it. And it's kind of like additional information related to this. Like if you want to do something on the accelerated dragon, there's a couple of them out there that are great. Um, and I'm not trying to ignore, like, John Bartholomew has a series that is very good. Eric Rosen has another one. I like them, but they don't grab me personally. But they're both fantastic and informational. It's just the way it's presented. If you ask me who to go to, I would go to Donnie and Chess Press. Then there's two that are going to drive you crazy. They just started doing it. Hikaru has something called Slow Karu. It's a series. I think he's on like episode 20 or 30 as we speak right now, where he goes at a human speed, not Hikaru speed, and he actually is very good at teaching and explaining, because he's not just going, bishop b4, knight takes d7, and it's like ripping off moves faster than I can even think of squares on the board. He actually slows down, so you get Hikaru toned down a little bit, and he goes through what you're doing, and as he works his way through it, he starts going to harder and harder things, and he's an amazing player. I mean, nobody
Oh
would
yeah,
question that. It's just when he's playing his blitz games and his speed games, I can't keep up. He's
yeah.
just too far above me. And then Gotham Chess Levy. He's got a slow run that he's doing as a dedication to Danya, and his is also very, very good. So I would put those two next on the list if you were going to just do those. And those would be, and again, those are undergoing right now. And I think Hikaru is somewhere around 17 or 1800 right now on his ramp up. And who knows where he's going to stop? It might be 15,000, as good as he is. And Levy's a little bit before lower than that. He hasn't put him out quite as often and started a little after that. But both of those are also very good. So if you're into either one of those people, and you got to find your teacher, you got to find your instructor. Who do you want to? And you know, if you're a Danya guy, great. If you're a Levy guy, great. If you're a Hikaru guy, great. Just pick one. It's like ice cream. They're all good. Which one's your
Mm.
favorite?
I would say this. I would say this
Uh-oh.
that
Strap in.
I
Here, this could be fun.
I those guys obviously are great players, and I'm not so sure what if they're interested in being a streamer or teach chess, which it's either way, it doesn't matter to me. Um, but I would say that it depends where you are. I am not so sure that it's good for people beginning to all the way even to our level. I'm not sure if until you get to 15, 16, 1700 USCF, maybe I'll say 1500. I'm not so sure it's good for you until you are a DCP, a decent chess player. I think that you can get lost in it. I think that
You can.
it can take you away from what Noel Studer would say is what's important. And there's nothing wrong with it's not about watching it either. That's fine. But I would if I watch that, and when I do, this is how I do watch it. I watch it for entertainment purposes because they are
Yes.
particularly Hikaru and Levy, but they all have, I like the guy who's the guy who says the Chica stuff.
Oh, Andres Toth.
Yeah, Anders Toth. I like listening to him. I think he's funny and educational.
Hmm.
Obviously, he's very educational.
Yeah.
Ben Feingold, I don't watch because he's educational but not entertaining to me. Um,
It's cup of tea,
it's
right?
yeah, right. It's a cup of tea. It's not that. I mean, I wish I could understand Ben Feingold. So,
Yeah.
but so it's not them. It's not you, Ben. It's me. So
Did you just break
that's
up with Ben Feingold?
and we're still friends. We
Oh,
can be
okay.
friends. We
All
can be
right.
friends.
You friend zoned him. Okay. I
Yeah,
see what's going
okay.
on.
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't want more. So I would just say that if you haven't got to 1200 on online or 1500 on
Or
as
just
you see,
a good.
I don't think you want to take it as a training method.
No, not this isn't like I don't know how a pawn moves level. This is a I think the first level for refining your game, not finding out what the game is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But really, I think, but what I think, I mean, I don't want to be a downer about it because I know you like that, you know, you like the stuff, but I, I just think until like, for example, you and I are still trying to figure out what opening, what openings we want. We say, okay, we've been doing this. Okay, we've been working on a couple, right?
Yep.
I think until we have that down pat, whatever they are, the two, three, four, whatever they are, that those speed runs are not those that watching them now doing them like I said, if
Yes.
like I go on Nocti, um and I which if you want to know what that is, you'll look into hanging pawns.
Well, we're going to get into how to do one for yourself, right? Is the next step.
Yeah, so when you do that for yourself, so I play the same opening over and over and over and over when I play those. Lose, win, draw, doesn't matter. I try to continue to try to grow and learn on what is the king's Indian defense? What does it do? What is the king's Indian attack? What does it do? Right.
Hmm.
So I think that's great. I think doing it, and we'll talk about that in a second, but watching it until you're proficient in it, because then I think you can learn the nuances and the things
Yes.
like Daniel Naroditsky would show or did show. Like, oh, okay, here I can add this to my rep. I can add this to if let's say he was doing the Carl Khan, and that's your thing. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
here's another way to approach it or
How
attack
do
it
I
or
play
whatever.
against a fantasy? Yeah.
Yeah, so there you
Yeah.
go. I will say
Yeah.
no more.
Well, again, I agree. We're saying it the different ways. I don't count this as dojo work. I count this as
Yeah, I don't think you.
recreational. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think you
Don't
should do
think
it.
you're studying
Yeah, that's the
if
thing.
if
Okay.
you're doing this.
Yeah, if you're doing it for, because, hey, I got some time, I want to be entertained. I love watching Levy Rosman, play and then tear up the people that are giving him
Yep.
crap or a car or whatever. That's, no, that's all. It's fun, but I can't learn that way. I mean, other people can, especially younger people, maybe, younger people are much more into technology, YouTube, all that kind of stuff,
Right.
you know.
All right. So before we go, Doctor was going to say how he's trying to replicate these, but not watch them, but do them.
Yes. So on Chessiverse, which is again, or Nocti, which is another site, NOCTIE.ai, where you play.
Look at
Uh,
you, techno Amish dude.
I'm learning. I'm learning. Bill's a great teacher. I'm trying to do him proud for a change instead of just embarrassing him of what I don't know. So I go to these. Those two are my main ones, and I play which I think are the most realistic. There might be better ones. I don't know. Uh, human like bots,
Yeah.
if that's the thing. And so, and I will play when I'm just working on like my openings, not working on like my whole game. If I work on my whole game, I want to play a longer game,
Hmm.
15, 10, 45, 60. But when I'm working on openings, I do 3-2 or 5-3 blitz, and I work out, these my whole goal is to get out the first 10 to 15 moves. Um, Not book necessarily, because when you play people and bots, they throw stuff at you that is not that
Yeah.
are you're like, wait, what? Wait,
You did.
that's not
You
what they
did
said in the
what?
book.
Yeah.
That's not what they said in the book. You're not supposed to do that. What is that?
There's
And
8 choices. That wasn't one of them.
no, right, and it throws me off all the time, right? And you'll see, like on Nocti, it tells you, then when you move, oh, that was a mistake. There's a lot of that. I'll tell you that. Like when somebody throws something, like I put it, I'm like, oh, this is it. Oh, you made a mistake. But I'm learning, and I'm making
Yeah.
less mistake, playing at a more proficient, higher level in that opening section.
Yeah.
To get to the middle game, I still obviously got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it. So and I set myself a limit. So I usually don't do more than 30 minutes around. So, I 10 games, we'll say. I mean, 10 to 15 games of 3-2. Um,
Okay. And
and
you
I
play the
don't,
whole
and
game out, or you just play the opening out?
well, it's only 3-2, so I play the whole game out,
Okay.
but I'm only focusing on the really, I mean, and I only analyze the ones I lose.
Okay.
I'll go to Chessalize, another great a site where you can Chessalize. I think it's .com, um, where you put your your PGN or your game from one of the websites and upload it or download it or paste it. Yeah, I know the lingo now, Bill.
Wow, look at this guy. Pretty soon you're going to know the keystrokes too.
Easy, easy. Let's not go overboard. It's easy. And so, yeah, and then I do that. I like Chessalize because I annotate it all, and what it focuses on is only what it sees as the critical points of the game.
Hmm.
And so that helps me out because I can annotate every move, but still not know necessarily what the critical not yet, anyways, what all the
Right.
critical moments were where, oh, this is where it really started to go south or whatever.
Right.
And, yeah. So, yeah. So that's how if I didn't know that's what it was called, a speed run.
Okay.
But
Well,
until, well, you see it, and you can, like I said, they have that on, even like on Chesapeake, there's actually a tab for speed run.
yeah. Yep.
So,
You didn't know what it
yeah.
meant, but you had one.
No, no, I did not know what it meant until you explained it to me. So it's true. Like, it's true.
You know what
I
we
know
could
people,
do?
yeah.
Ready for the dumbest idea ever?
Hmm.
As we get towards DCP, we could live stream our speed run.
We could, or you could.
You know what I'm thinking? Here,
Okay.
this would make me endlessly happy. You play, and I'll just sit in and watch, and I'll comment on the background. That would make me endlessly happy.
Yeah, that'd be very humorous. It, it'd be like watching, it'd be like watching a car wreck.
Yeah, you know, that's fine.
You'd be like, oh, he's gonna do that. Oh,
Oh, didn't like that. Didn't like that rook. He just hung it. Yeah.
not so fast, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. You know what would be sad is if they saw us play these 960 games.
I don't know. Somehow, our 960 games are actually once we figure out why the
Yeah,
pieces aren't where they're supposed to be.
yeah, once we get past that initial, how
It,
did who dropped the
yeah,
chessboard?
I know, like the befuddlement of like, wait, why is my knight? What? Yeah, it's actually now we have an interesting.
We do.
We have an interesting. What do you call it?
Gotta,
Setup on the setup.
gotta.
I'm like, oh, this is got well. What I thought was this afternoon. I'm like, this is gonna be brutal.
Yeah. I
I
thought
don't
you were
know. It's
gonna
gonna be.
take my rook, but that so far it's still there.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. Every time I think about it, I go, oh, wait, let's hold on a second. I don't know if I got this all calculated. And then Bill makes the move. I'm like, crap. I should. The last three moves, I said, crap. I should have taken the rook.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time, I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to, yeah. But at least it's. I tell you what, I'm having more fun playing.
Yeah.
The, because it's interesting now. I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna. I gotta think this out.
Well,
This is good.
well, you know, we have the mutual goals when we play against each other. We have the PETA principle, you know, try to be as big a pain in the ass to the other one as we can be. And
I know, right?
it's
I'm
awesome.
like, well, part of my goal is like, okay, I'm gonna make a move that he doesn't think I'm gonna make. That's part of
I
that's
know that
part
you know that I
that
know.
I know. That's right. You know that I know. Yeah. So, anyways, back to the speed run. Sorry, folks,
No
we
worries.
got. Yeah, I think it can be a very good tool if you set parameters as far as okay, I'm going to play this time frame and I'm going to play this amount. That's if you're a streamer or if you're I'm going to go from 0 to 1,000 or till 2,000 or whatever it is. Um, that great for you. But I think for a learning, if you're, I think it can be a good thing.
Yeah.
But I
Well, the
don't know
one,
how you can. I don't know how they do it. I've watched some just regular Joes like us, um, uh, not very good, and I don't know how they play and stream and focus and talk about it. Some of them talk about, okay, I need to.
yeah, it's got to hurt your elo. I mean, your
Yeah,
effective elo, not your.
Yeah, and or just to sometimes people, and they're interacting with people, and sometimes people aren't nice or just distracting,
Yeah.
So
Well, that's why I was thinking you would play and I'd commentate, or I'd play and you commentate, because I don't think either one of us are good enough to to
yeah,
talk.
yeah, I know, right? I think like we'd be the first ones to speed run to at the end and be like, they're now negative 250.
We have lost 200.
No, that's right. We actually lost 250
That's
points
right.
before we gained any.
Yes, it's a speed slope.
That's right. Back.
Downward. Down, down, down.
That's right. How
Doctor,
we
I thought
could,
you said we
well,
can't go below zero. What do you mean?
well, here's the thing that we could do how not to do a speed run.
That's right. We could call it the dumb run.
That's right. This is what an unsuccessful dumb run looks like.
Exactly. That would be fantastic. You know what we could do? You know what we should do? I know what we should do. You and I, when we have, and this is going to be funny because I know what your schedule's like right now. When we have time, we should do a bot speed run.
Oh, now that'd be fun.
Yeah. And then, obviously we'll turn it into a contest and it'll be who goes fastest, farthest, and.
Right. Well, that would be fun if we could do it like this, live streaming, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where and so both playing the same bot with at the same time.
Well, we could do that. And I think we have something like three strikes and you're out. So you get three losses. Whoever goes the furthest wins.
It'll be done in like five minutes. Don't do that. We need more than three strikes.
Whatever.
Well, we need three outs, so nine strikes.
Nine strikes? Oh my God. It's gonna be long. Well, we'll negotiate. We'll come up with
I,
something.
I think you have a higher expect higher.
Oh, I mean, if the bots start at the bottom, like, if we did it on chess.com, what's that guy there, Harold or what?
No, we gotta do it on Chessiverse. We gotta do it
Oh,
on Chessiverse.
Chessiverse. No, that would be harder.
Yeah, and we got to do it like starting like 1,000.
Okay.
That's pretty. I think
All
we
right.
could do. We'd be all right from 1,000 to 600, 16, 1,700 maybe.
Yeah, we could do that. But yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see what we get. That's fine.
that's
All right.
something to think about.
Yes. So if anybody wants to, oh, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
What if, let's just assume you're playing. What if we had a guest host listener and we could talk about your game?
I think that's a terrible idea.
Okay, we'll talk about my game and you could talk to
Now that I like.
him. I think
Well,
I thought this was a two-way street. Apparently the
it
sign got
is.
changed.
No, no, that's right. It's your turn
Okay.
to
All
take.
right.
Don't take the abuse.
Very nice. All right. That sounds like a plan. So if somebody knows some good speed runs out there, let us know. We can do those. And just because we didn't mention someone doing one, that doesn't mean it's not good. It just means, the internet's a big thing and we haven't gotten there yet. I haven't come to the
Right.
sign that says you've reached the end of the internet. I haven't seen that.
All right. If anybody wants, I'll tell you what. First person to
Oh,
write in.
there's books coming.
First First, first person, I got an extra copy. That's why I'm doing this. First person to write in about a speed run they like that we don't know about
Okay.
gets Learning Chess by Bobby Fischer, the little white paperback
Oh, well, look
book.
at you. Look at
Although
you.
I got an extra, I was cleaning out and sending books to different chess clubs and people, and I found an extra. I have a copy that I keep, but I found an extra copy.
Is it
So
autographed by the Dr. Pop Pop?
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no. But if it, I'll tell you what,
If
it
they
can
want
be.
it, it can be.
If you write in and give us one we don't know, and you say, "And I want the signature of the great doctor,"
For the same
and
low price?
free. I
Same
even
low
pay for
price.
I even pay for shipping,
You
and I
do?
only say, and I sign. I don't sign the full. I just sign it. Everything I send the doctor. I even sent. I sent. Listen, I sent Bryce. Bryce is a listener. I won't say his last name. You might not want that, but Bryce
Codename
is
Bryce. Codename Bryce.
Codename Bryce. Last name first, and I sent him some books, and I put it from. I just put it from Bill and the doctor.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Look at that. We are getting stuff done. You thought we wouldn't send out free books? No, we are. It
We
happens.
are. We are. We keep our promises, Mike.
That's right.
We do not over promise and under deliver.
Yep. Oh, speaking of which, do we have time? Do we have time?
Right. I have 5, 10 minutes. Go.
Okay. Bryce, codename Bryce, wrote in and was talking about when we were talking about compensation, and he said that compensation is getting a positional advantage in exchange for material on the board. This could be like a less protected king for your opponent, more active pieces for yourself, dynamics and opportunities for tactics. It's hard to quantify, but intuition is the best way to know if it works.
I will say this to that response.
Yes.
I only understood the end of it. So
That it's hard to understand.
no, before the part about the intuition, because I'm all about intuition. So I got that the only way to understand it is by intuition. But the first part I had to read, I had to define every part of it so I could, the whole dynamic and that stuff. So
Yeah. And this codename Bryce guy, I don't know. He says, justice for the doctor. Code word, the doctor is better at racquetball. Bryce, I thought you were better than this.
Bryce, you're right on, and I appreciate you. And I sent that other box of books.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And he asked, do we listen to music when we study or play chess? And if so, what music? I know the answer for me, but I don't know about you, doctor. What do you think?
For you, it's got to be 80s, 90s rock.
Yeah, yeah. A little harder is better.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite.
Up the up. I exclude Cookie Monster, so it's got to be somebody singing, and got to be
Yeah,
upbeat. So
I listen to classical and jazz, but not the kind where they sing. I just like instrumental jazz.
you don't want to shoo.
Yeah, that whole I just don't want to listen to it while because I'm me, I'm easily distracted. That's why I got to be, when I'm playing, I got to. But when I'm training, not when I'm playing, by the way, and obviously you can't do that in a tournament because you can't have earphones, headphones, or anything. But when I'm,
Actually, I see people with them on. I don't know how they get away with it.
I think those are noise canceling. Because I remember they had that one of the big tournaments. They did that because it was kind of loud. It was one of
Mm.
those e-sport things, I think. But yeah, only when I'm training. Yeah, I like to listen to a little calming music, so it helps me focus. I don't have ADHD, but I do have to fight to focus and not. I'm like the dog and up squirrel.
Squirrel, shiny,
Isn't it?
squirrel.
Isn't it?
All
Yeah.
right,
So, all right. So there you go.
all right.
Shout out to Codename Bryce.
Codename Bryce, and we've got some other listener comments that we're going to need to talk about. We'll do that on the next episode.
Oh man.
Got to keep them coming back.
All right, all right.
All right. I think the next one's going to be even more fun for you. I found one that you're going to like.
Boy.
Yeah, baby. All right. Thank you, doctor.
See you, everybody.